Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Ram. Veda alone is authority in the spiritual matters. India owes its greatness because we received Veda. The Rishis were there who received them. These Vedic, we say, Panasa, that is sections, different sections. So they were born to receive Veda. Every person has a role to play in this world. Then Rama came as an incarnation, established Ramarajyam. Ramayana is there. They are not mere imaginations. It was like a history. Just as we have the First World War, Second World War, the Crusades. These are matters which are within our knowledge, within our earlier prehistoric times. Ramayana is proved to be a true happening. Veda was the foundation. What is the proof of the greatness or efficacy, wholesomeness? All people were living peacefully, happily, full 100 years. Now how much are we struggling to extend our longevity? How many organizations are there? Food and Agriculture, Health Organization, all these diseases, the list has increased. So we want to make every soul live a complete life, healthy life, long healthy life. What is the purpose of life? You have to promote a family. Veda laid down. Otherwise, there won't be growth of mankind. Just as we are multiplying the crops or the good varieties, even hybrid varieties. So the Lord also has a scheme for good human beings to grow. Prajatantum ma vyavachetsi. It is enjoined. It's Veda clearly. Otherwise, if the world is filled with only sannyasis without procreation, cloning is the only way. We now know what is cloning. So you clone the human beings? No. So people who understood the secrets of creation were rishis. And they gave the guidelines. Prajatantum ma vyavatsestri was the first one. Number of great saints were there, but they did not marry. Where is the DNA? Do we have to? Because Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, such a great soul. I read all his works in 1950. I became his, I can say, admirer or disciple, because my name being Ramakrishna. I read his complete works. I admired him so much. But he did not marry. He trained Vivekananda, no doubt. Vivekananda went abroad and gave so great lectures. Chicago, 1893. He also did not marry. And then there are a number of others. I met so many. Ramana Maharshi, Trailinga Swami. Trailinga Swami, of course, they say I am the 7th generation. That is how I happened to come to this into the spiritual line. Because to be worthy of the descent from such a great yogi, Trailinga. He lived in Benares for 280 years. The British gazettes are there to prove. And when I went to Benares in 1984, I was there for a week. Then his photos are there, pictures in all the places. He was known as the walking Shiva. Then he gave Trailinga Gita, Rama Gita. He wrote Ram on the tongue of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. That is proof of the value of Ramanam. Shankara himself gave the mantra to Mother Parvati. About Ramanam, there cannot be any doubt that it is the greatest mantra. Sri Ram, Jai Ram was the mantra given to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj by Samartha Ramadas. Samartha. So we know how Shivaji lived, and the Mughal emperors could not do anything. He succeeded ultimately to protect Dharma. Dharma should be protected. Dharma, we should live a righteous life. That is the human beings, the purpose of creation of human beings. Supposing the human beings are not there, what would happen to the world of creation? Goats, sheep, and then the predators. The earlier dinosaurs have gone. The lions and tigers, they will eat up, or the fowls, they will fill the earth. Just as if you don't cultivate, the land grows shrubs and thorny bushes. I have tested it for 1 year when my land was not cultivated. I found these shrubs and all. Then we plowed them and planted paddy. So like that in human beings also. If we do not cultivate, educate them, they will be demons. The aborigines were there. How were they living? What was their food? What were the dress habits? They did not have any dresses. The textiles were not there. So they were covering their private parts also. They developed a sense of shame and covered with leaves. It is clearly, it cannot be disputed, the course of development of human. Now we are the most modern, highly advanced, sophisticated. Still we are finding Swamis growing beards and in the private parts exhibiting, going naked also. Can we not prohibit? See, we are a civilized, so there are certain rules. In the Charter also, United Nations Charter apart, constitutions have come out. In all the countries they have some rules. Religions also have prescribed. You have the code of conduct for people in Bible. Simple rule is, don't do to others what you don't like to be done to you. It's in Veda. Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. How these rules came up to be promulgated. Human life should be lived with peace, with families, not doing harm to nature, not at cross purposes. Grow, not the shrubs and the production must be your food. Things like flowers, fruit. So we have started the agriculture reform. Human reform. We have the reform in the Christian, Catholics and the other. So They said these rituals and all are meaningless. In India, the reform hasn't come yet. Only Rama brought about a revolution. Dasharatha had polyandry. How many wives? Rama said, no, every man should have only one wife. So that's a great reform. And Shankara came and then re-established the Vedic principles. He travelled the entire country and established 4 ashrams. After Shankara, we became slaves. 2000 years, the Mughals, if you read Quran, you may not agree with so many things. The surahs are there. I have studied the entire thing, Palmer's translation. So, you may not agree because civilization has certain standards. Supposing, and even now, if people go about naked as if they are realized souls, you cannot accept. Law, constitution says, see, whatever offends morality and public order is prohibited. So like that, there are certain principles. Veda itself laid down certain principles for good life. Paropakaram. Don't accumulate things beyond your need. Have a comfortable, problem-free life and a cover house. And rest you give it away. You cannot, the animals don't have storages. The tigers and lions, they kill to fill their stomachs, and then till they feel hungry again, they will not hunt. In humans, we are amassing, secreting. This is contrary to Veda. See, the entire humanity has grown to now 7 billion. How much was the population earlier in India also? Several things are now coming up and they are conflicting, contradiction. The wars have broken. In India, we had all the people from all over the world. It was a heaven. We took them to our bosom. Whoever had problems outside in other states, they are all settled down in India. They have grown. They are flourishing. Veda clearly said, Sarvetra santu sukhinaha. Sarvet niramaya. All people. Loka samasta sukhno bhavantu. That was Veda. Why quarrel with such egalitarian principles? See, the people who do not believe in God have grown now. Earlier the Rishis were praying to the heavens and they were given the good principles of life. Gave it as Upanishads. The Upanishad, first Upanishad, Ishavasya sarvam yatkinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjida ma grudakasya shuddhanam. 108 Upanishads I have seen. Veda, nobody has mastered Veda because they are so vast. Everyone can receive. They are in the air. The amount of information, knowledge is there. The sun. Can you receive the entire sun energy? How much of this sun ray is coming to India or to the world? Not even 1% probably. They are calculating. Sun is giving out. Like that, Veda also, we receive a little of the knowledge of the Supreme. So the Upanishads. In none of the Upanishads there was any question of people fighting. We have grown and we started fighting. See how much the defense expenditure of United States and Russia, they are now working out. The NATO, crores and crores. That money, if it is utilized, all families in the world, all human beings can have it, their homes, their farms, their land, their employment. How much land is uncultivated fallow in India itself? See, nobody is analyzing the cause for the misery of people, the causes for the growth of diseases. Not a single face is having any peace, and you cannot see a face with peace or free from anxiety. Why? They said, Paramashanti sukha nidhan divya Ramanam. They gave the solution. They contemplated for years and felt, yes, how to make humans good human beings. That is necessary. Not the man-eaters of the tigers also. Some, see the eccentricities, the freaks, the sort of departing from the nature. They create the trouble. If the river flows within the banks and if it breaches, villages are inundated. So what do we have to do? We have to build the bunds and then control the flow, give water to the villages. See how many villages are without drinking water, without roads. So many good things can be done. The money is wasted now in yogas, this sort of thing. How much time is wasted? The homams, the smoke created, burning out the wood and the ghee. Does it please the Lord? If we accept that there is a Lord, otherwise how things are created? See, the people, if we analyze, the mind cannot reach. Even Einstein accepted. The mind gets totally reflected. Yato vacho vivartante aprapya manasa saha. So, the Vedic prayer is Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amrutam gamaya. These are the three objectives or goals or things to be achieved. Asato means untrue from falsehood to truth. Tamaso from darkness to light. Then from death to immortality. These three. How will you get? What is Satyam? They inquired. And you will find that Satyam is Ramnam Satya hai. What is light? Sun is the light. Sun is Ram. Gayatri says, Gayatri mantra is chanted by almost all the people, crores of people from generations. It says, Dhiyo yona prachodayat, kindle my mind. O Lord, the Lord of light, the Sun. Sun is that Rama. First Shabda is Rama. Truth is Rama. Light is Rama. Then Amrutatva, Rama Namamrit. Adi Shankara wrote Sri Rama Karnamrit for the ears. We have the senses, we say Jnanendriya, Karmendriyas. How are they employed? Not withdrawing and closing and becoming a stone. Be active. Peace is an active engagement in creative work. We have given. We require a radical change in our philosophy, which has made us slaves by the false things. Gita, entire Gita, I mastered in 1946. I can give with all the commentaries I gave, wrote a book also. What was the net result of it? Beautiful things are said, but there are Lokasangrahamevapi karma kartumiharhasi. Beautiful. That one line is enough. Rest of it you can leave. Because what is the Lokasangraha? What is good for the world? What is the welfare? You prepare the atom bombs. You killed them, or lakhs of people were killed at one stroke. I volunteered for USIS Atoms for Peace program. For 45 days I lectured on the uses of atomic energy. Now we have the medical application also. Atom is such a useful energy. If it is used for killing, like that the Vedanta, Sariram, they say, Veda says Sariram is very important. Because without Sarira there cannot be your Atma. Because Deho Devalaya Prokto Jivo Deva Sanatana. Sariramadhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. These are Veda. But Gita says, Nanyate Hanyamane Sarire. Now you will find people mothering without any compunction. So this wrong philosophy, Gita they studied, and then the result they are not having the courage to analyze. You must face the truth. Truth is bitter. Veda says, Nayamatma balahina labjate. Weak mind cannot know the truth. The truth is given as a permanent peaceful life for human beings. How to achieve it? By chanting Ram, 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 Ram. Everyone can try, and you will see an elevation of the consciousness. That is the ideal in yoga. Not developing your muscles and all. Naturally, they grow. You plant a seed, it grows. Provide minimum nutrition. Like that, the mother's milk gives the nutrition for life. The stem cells. So, there are people who have grown to large proportions without much nutrition. Now we are trying to build up the body, the mind. How to build up the mind? What is the food for the mind? Ram, Ram, Ram. You chant it. Entire Ramayana, 24,000 slokas came out of that chanting. Even now you can try it and see the flowering of your mind. It blossoms like the lotus bud blossoming with the sunlight. This Ram, 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 Ram gives the spiritual input to the human mind. This is not taught by our Rishis and by our Rishis, but not the Swamis and Gurus now. They have their own brands. That is why the diseases, the problems, and every misery is the result of their departing from Veda and from the Ramnam. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai